Hey there, Aquarius. We're doing your tarot reading for the month of November. It's good for the second half of the month from the 15th to the 30th. Let's get started. Aquarius, Holy Spirit, we're connecting with the zodiac sign of Aquarius. What insight, foresight, guidance, revelations do we have for the sign of Aquarius the second half of November? Let's see what's happening, what's going on with you, Aquarius. All right. Aquarius. This might be a continuation of the previous reading that I did for you guys. I believe for the month of November, it might have been, I think it's the love reading. So if you have not watched it, you might want to. All right, so Four of Cups. What do we see here? We see a couple. What their relationship exactly, what it is, not really sure. I mean, they could be lovers, they could be ex-lovers, they could be friends. I mean, they could be siblings, they could be cousins, whatever. There's a relationship, there's a connection here that could be doing better. Maybe things have really grown stagnant, meaning that it is kind of stuck in a rut. That's a bad thing, okay? That is a bad thing because it means that you and another person sustained a particular energy too long, so long, in fact, that now you've gotten stuck in it. You're both stuck in a rut. You're stuck in your feelings, in a certain negative feeling. Perhaps this is, you focused on the wrong thing, or maybe it's not right or wrong, but there was definitely a sustained focus on a particular aspect, perhaps, of the situation of the relationship. And now it's kind of like, okay, we're kind of deep in this hole. It's what this feels like, right? Yeah. Okay, that's what's happening. That's what's going on. Let me show you what's at the bottom of the deck. It's the devil. Uh-oh. The devil, there's a big shadow. It's a huge shadow. There's a witch hat. It looks like it's an abstract tarot deck. That looks like time. There's a bat up there. Okay, then we have the Five of Swords. You know what the Five of Swords is? You know what it's saying? It says that everyone's a loser. Everyone's a loser here, some way, somehow. Maybe maybe somebody else got what they wanted. Maybe, this is about proving a certain point. Maybe it's not about a point. One thing's for sure, though. This sucks for everyone now. Yep. We have the Two of Pentacles. So what to do? What to do with all this? I don't know. Let's ask Spirit, what to do here? What to do? Let's pull this. Let's just put the devil on the table. Tell us more. Tell us more. Tell me about this devil, I guess. All right, here it is. You don't know about the devil. Oh, let's put this over here. We have the Tower. Okay, we have the Six of Pentacles. And then we have the Knight of Cups. Okay. Gosh. Notice, okay, this reading is good for whenever it finds you. If we're on the right timeline, no matter when you find it, again, it's good for you, but it's November 2023. And it's good for the second half of November. So if you're watching it before November, this is for you. If you're watching it second half of November, this is for you too. You're going to run into this. I feel like it's an ongoing thing for many of you. And this is what I'm seeing. There's a humongous shadow, guys, right there. I'm connecting with those of you. I connected with you. It's the same. It's a continuation of this month's love reading. This is not a love reading. This is just a tarot reading, but it could resonate with you in love. That's a huge shadow, guys. And that's the whole thing I believe about the last reading was about containing the shadow. Anyways, we have the Tower. We have the Six of Pentacles, and then we have the Knight. All right, so I'm getting a couple of things, okay? I'm getting that something obviously has already gone wrong here. Maybe repeatedly, because that's the whole thing about the Tower. It's like something is going to continuously go wrong until we could say something different happens, right? The Tower. Six of Pentacles, there seems to be a lovely exchange. Somebody is extending themselves. There's flowers, right? But the woman there has to take them. There's flowers being extended, and it's the Six of Pentacles. It talks about reciprocity. It talks about an exchange, what's supposed to be a nice exchange, a balanced, harmonious exchange. And even more so with the Knight of Cups right next to it. So it seems as though there is somebody, my dear Aquarius, that is extending themselves, we could say generously in some way. Maybe this is not like a grand show of affection, but there is something there that is being offered, that is being expressed, that is nice, I would say. So why is this Tower here? For some of you, this has happened already, maybe more than once, and I'm hearing the reaction or something goes wrong. Something goes wrong about this. Why would this go wrong? I mean, it could go wrong for many reasons, but I mean, if these two are trying to, get back to talking, why would it go wrong? Now, the Tower is ego. It certainly is. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Sun card. You see the Sun, there's huge bats. Bats are symbolic of shadows. Bats live in a cave. That cave is symbolic of the subconscious mind. And this bat is a shadow that for many of you, you are unaware of. The wonderful thing about caves is that you are able to make your way in them. So, as long as you don't go way deep in there, I'm hearing some of you are just you're having to bring awareness to this, the Sun card. There's something here that if something keeps going wrong, it's because there is something that is being done that it's causing it to go bad, which means that it just needs some awareness to be brought to it. Okay. So that's what we have so far. Something messed up has already happened. Everybody's a loser. Nobody's really truly happy. Let's just make that clear. You're not happy. They're not happy. Everybody's not happy in this situation. That's what the Five of Swords says. I'm hearing the Little Mermaid song. Why don't you kiss the girl? You know what song? It's like neither one is making the move. And if there's moves being made, they're not the right moves. But then I'm also getting that you could miss your chance, right? Because I'm thinking about the Little Mermaid, and there's a reference to time there where something, they need to kiss before a certain time, or else, it's done with, right? That's what the devil's doing here. There's a clock. So absolutely, I mean, I feel like what is being said here is maybe there's still something that can be done. And, and what I mean by that is not continuing to do anything or continuing keeping this going. But what I mean by something can be done here is the right thing can be done here. The right thing can still be done. But I just feel like it just keeps going just sour. It just goes wrong. Even when it looks like it could, like it could go right, it still goes wrong. It's some way, somehow, something happens and it just ruins everything. I mean, and you can't really fully be happy. No one can really truly be happy, and you're filled with a sense of loss. This card is so sad. What advice do you have? The Sun card, I think that's the advice. There's a need to bring awareness to certain shadow aspects that are creating problems and issues. What advice do you have? What advice do you have for my dear Aquarius? What advice do you have for them? Did you see the way this card flipped? It's the Eight of Swords and it's reversed. You need to stop erupting like a volcano. Aquarius is pretty much what this is saying. It's like you have to hold back. You have to not, you're having to take a step back. Somebody's having to take a step back because the Eight of Wands talks about movement forward. It could even be seen as an attack. That's what it is. It's what this Eight of Wands has always felt like to me energetically. It feels like this. Like a tire that just burns but takes off quickly. It's just, again, a reaction, especially so here with this volcano, you see, and there's steam. So when you think about a volcano, what do you think about? Anger, maybe certain strong reactions. And it's reversed. The Eight of Fire. This is the advice. It's like something needs to, you cannot erupt like a volcano. Okay. Okay, so we have that. What else? What else do you want to tell Aquarius? What other advice? What other advice? Let's put all of that back over here. And then let's pull some more cards. What advice do you have? What advice do you have for Aquarius? Hold back just a little bit. Eight of Wands could be seen as an attack. It could also be communication though, but in this deck, I'm leaning more towards a certain reaction because of the way that it's being depicted. Yeah, it's the Drowned, which is the Hangman. And the Hangman says, don't do nothing. So maybe there's something, maybe it's asking you not, I feel like it's asking you not to do something. Perhaps this time around whenever you're watching this second half of November, I think it's best for you to take a step back, right? Because whatever is going to be happening is going to give you an opportunity to gain a certain perspective, but you have to pay attention. We could say you have to stay still in order for you to see it, to grasp it, to understand it, to be illuminated, we can say. It might require a sacrifice, not like on a major scale. It could be the sacrifice could be just not doing something, right? Taking a moment, taking a step back, and it's a sacrifice because it's something maybe that takes, some effort. It's the Hangman. The Hangman says, listen, you're having to hang upside down because you're having to see this from this other angle. And usually with the Hangman, there's a bit of a pause, it seems. And it go with the Seven of Wands reverse, which can represent action. Now, the Eight of Wands as well represents communications in specific messages. So if you find yourself in constant communication, the message, the advice is for you to maybe wait and sit on it for a little bit. Wait and sit on it for a little bit. And then right now I'm hearing, sometimes like all you might have to do, my dear Aquarius, in the situation is like right now I'm hearing something that I think my son told me some time ago. I don't know why we were talking about this, or I think maybe it was advice that was given, or I don't know, but he pretty much said to me that it's not a good idea to argue through text, through messages. That if you're feeling upset or something, it's better to call someone and communicate with them, through like, a phone call than a text. And that's because through text, there's a lot that can be, interpreted in so many ways. So I'm kind of getting that message here. And also sometimes if you have a certain reaction, it's best not to respond or to react in that moment, right? It's best to take a step back and perhaps maybe cool down, right? The volcano reverse. And to see how, wait, cool down, and then maybe respond, right? Or maybe react, or see where you are at, when you do that. I feel like that's the message, guys. Okay, one more card. We have the Five of Pentacles. And again, this is reminding me of the Five of Swords and the Four of Cups that we saw earlier. Let me show you. It's reminding me of this right here, these two cards that came out at the very beginning. Five of Swords and the Four of Cups. And what did I say? I said, one thing's for sure, nobody is happy. Nobody's happy right now. Nobody's a winner. No one. Maybe at some point, maybe one of you, or it looked like somebody was better off, or whatever. Not right now. Everyone's a loser because it sucks. Whatever's happening, it sucks for you. It sucks for them. It sucks for everyone in some way, somehow. And that's pretty much what we see here, because there's two people that are out in the cold, that looks like they're homeless here. Which just means what? It means that they're suffering is pretty much what this is. There's pain and there's suffering. Five of Gardens. There's this sucks. I'm telling you, this sucks for the both of you. This sucks for everyone involved. It does. Let's get a closing message. A closing message for Aquarius. If you want to book a reading with me, guys, you can do so by going to the link down below in the description box. It's going to take you to VotreVoyageTarot.com, where you could book a private reading with me. Closing message for my dear Aquarius. False narrative. Okay, and then this card, isolation, lonely. That looks lonely. Lonely and isolation. That's the Four of Cups, isn't it? These two people are lonely. They're isolating themselves. Right, but they're right there, right next to each other. What is that telling you? Because they want to. Maybe because they're there because they want to. There's a tendency to push people away by isolating yourself from uncomfortable situations. Look into new ways to break down the walls to create better ways to connect with others. Don't keep your light to yourself. Open up to share it. False narrative discernment. Be mindful of the story you're telling yourself. Having a negative narrative is destructive and simply not true. Stop listening to your ego-based story that is laced with falsehoods and old conditioning. For every negative thing you say, counteract that by saying 3 positive words. See the truth of who you are, which is wise, magnificent, and radiant. This is what I have for you, my dear Aquarius. Thank you so much for allowing me to do this reading for you. As always, truly, it was an honor and my pleasure. You guys take care, okay? Bye-bye.